remarkable, silver, and old-fashioned, and stood up. By the time she looked up again, he was gone. Fiona turned the lighter over in her palm. Etched into the underside, almost invisible, were two words, "Stay dark." She pocketed it and stared out the window as the Siberian wilderness blurred past, white, endless, and cruelly quiet. Somewhere in Knightsbridge, London. In the glass and chrome stillness of the Knightsbridge office, the news travelled fast and quiet. The staff were briefed by midday. There had been an accident. The chairman was alive, but in critical condition. No location was given. No hospital named. The official story was a collision on the motorway. But whispers began before the press could even report it. A source in Amsterdam, unverified but close to the agency and directorate circles, hinted that the crash wasn't an accident at all. Attempted assassination, someone said quietly in the break room. The words lingered in the air like smoke. By evening, the boardroom was empty, but the lights were still on. The walls felt colder than usual, the glass reflecting only the dark. Belinda hadn't spoken to anyone all day. She sat alone in Nathan's office, staring at the half-finished coffee cup he'd left that morning, her fingers tracing the ring of condensation it left on the desk. Outside, London hummed, in different, electric, and endless ways. Somewhere above the clouds, a helicopter sliced through the rain, carrying a man who once vanished into exile, and a past that refused to stay buried. And far below, across frozen lakes and fractured loyalties, the old world was moving again. The directorate was awake. So was anyone and everyone linked to Project 54. At the hospital. The helicopter dropped Nathan like a stone into a world of white light and disinfectant. Doors flew open. Orders barked. Voices folded into the sound of machines that never stopped talking. The emergency room smelled of antiseptic and burnt ozone, of people working at the ragged edge of luck. An orderly snapped a sheet over a shoulder, someone else cut at fabric with blunt scissors. Nurses moved with the elastic calm of people who had seen the impossible more than once. They refused to say where they were taking him. Undisclosed, the voice on the radio repeated, flat and final. Only the registry clerk registered a form, a bare code, initials that meant nothing to the clerks on duty, and then the doors closed. Inside the resuscitation bay, a team fought and begged a body for life. The crash had been generous in its cruelty, internal bleeding, a collapsed lung, blunt force trauma to the skull.